What if the secret to success wasn't just talent or hard work, but unshakable confidence? Welcome to Grasp Confidence, the podcast where visionary thought leaders, speakers, and entrepreneurs unlock the mindset and strategies for lasting success. I'm your host, Tara LaFawn Gooch, CEO, two-time best-selling author, and international TEDx speaker, and I can't wait to help you step into the most powerful version of yourself. Let's dive in. What if stepping away was the most powerful step forward? Welcome to a special podcast miniseries recorded on location at Prana Maya Resort in Belize, a sanctuary envisioned by Steve Hall, the billionaire business mogul who created Prana Maya as a place where success, healing, and purpose finally converge. In this series, you'll hear unfiltered conversations about confidence, alignment, healing, and building entrepreneurial success, along with what it really takes to return to yourself without losing your ambition. Experience the Prana Maya mini-series and go to pranamayaresort.com for more details. Where transformation isn't taught, it's lived. Let's go. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Grasp Confidence Podcast. I'm your host, Tara LaFawn Gooch. And again, we are in beautiful Belize at the incredible Prana Maya Resort. And I'm joined by my good friend, Steve Hall, again today. Last time we talked about entrepreneurship. We discussed victim mentality, being stuck. But you said something that really stood out to me. That's the power of words. And I don't think we talk about that enough. That our words have weight, our words have power, and there's actually something called spell casting. Steve, I would love to hear a little bit from you of what that means, because some people, this is their first time ever hearing that. So I would love to get your perspective on the power of words, spell casting, and how it can really change your reality and your future.
I guess, the definition I use in spell casting has to do with as you speak something of what you believe, in that I believe this is, kind of a white chair, okay?
Right.
I speak it out. And you may say, well, it's more of a tan because you look at it differently, but I say it enough that, as I say that out, then you start to believe that this chair is white. And so there's a power in the words. There's a power in how we speak. And there's two parts of really speaking something out. And it's one is I have to say it and someone has to receive it. Now, my definition, I guess, of a spell that's differently is that it affects different levels of our thinking, where we think it's absolutely true after I've said it enough. And as I've been more aware of this in news media, what do we call the Channel 6 news? It's a broadcast. We're casting out.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of strategy that goes on into that system. And they have actors. They call themselves news people, but they're actors. How they look, how they dress, how they present themselves as authorities. They're actors, and somebody else is writing the script that has an agenda. And so things are spoken out. And then in addition to that, there's pictures that go along with it of some side of a story, some personal testimony that's one side of a story, to build the case, to project out as you go. And so there's just a level of understanding that. And these aren't evil people. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they're paid actors. And in the media, they have to have advertisers and they have to have listeners. So the advertisers will want to pay them to put their advertisement on. And to do that, usually controversy of some type, or some negativity, or something that is going to draw that person back is the point. And every news media is in that game. It doesn't matter if it's liberal, conservative, in the middle of the road, or whatever. And my only point is to be aware of it. We're given the ability to discern these things, but you got to step back and really look at the agenda. We have a real strong agenda now with pharmaceutical companies in their advertising. How many commercials on TV, how many things in print has a pharmaceutical?
It's almost like every other commercial. And it's catchy, and you start singing along to it, right?
Yeah, and they show happy people, and they're active, and then you get to the end, and it tells all the way the drug's going to kill you, but they talk about that real fast.
Possible consequences may be suicidal thoughts or death, right?
Yeah, don't operate heavy equipment, I mean, whatever. But and that's okay. They have a right to tell their story. That's not the point. They have a right to be able to say, hey, this is what we're trying to present. This is a product, and we want you to buy it. The issue is are we going to be discerning on what is being presented to us? Are you going to receive it in a different way?
Wow.
Big issues that we've had during the COVID. Now a lot of things are coming out that they weren't true. But people were absolutely convinced that if they didn't get a COVID shot, they were injuring family members or whatever. And so there were just some powerful things that have gone out there. And my only issue is really take a look at the message, the messenger, the strategy. What is what are they trying to accomplish in this? What is the theme that they're trying to do? Because they're trying to capture your mind for a certain reason. And it's for a product usually.
Yeah.
And what goes along with that product. We're the good guys. And you don't see a lot of commercials on organic farmers.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't.
So fear is the tool. Fear is
just a huge motivator, and it feeds people and anxiety and fear. It's such a tool. It really is.
Yeah.
But again, we have the ability ourselves to discern these things, to be able to understand what's coming at us. We're not helpless. We're not victims. Unless we choose to be victims.
Well, and that's something that you said that was so powerful in the last episode. And by the way, if you haven't seen it yet, go back and watch the previous episode with Steve and I as well, because that sets up this entire conversation about being a victim and choosing to stay in that victim mentality, right? Because it is a cycle of victimness. And it's this power of words and what we feed our minds, what we allow in our consciousness. And what does it do? It's almost like fertilizer. That's how I think of it. Our mind is the field, and what we feed it, good, bad, or neutral, is the fertilizer that either makes the soil grow and produces positive things, or makes what produces negative. And it keeps that kind of cycle continuously. So what we feed our minds is important, what we consume. And also what that does is continues a cycle of how we think, right?
Yes. But then there's another level. I read a lot of news. I read very liberal stuff. I read conservative stuff. I'm going through all that because I follow trends, and I do that in my business, and I want to keep a pulse on things as I go. And there's no avoiding being fed.
That's right.
There's not.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Okay.
Yep.
So there's just no avoiding being fed. Everywhere you go. You drive down, there's billboards all over.
That's right.
Listen to, you just pick up your phone and then the Apple News or whatever's on there, or there's just no avoiding it. So it really, that's part of it. And now, not to be continuously in it, that's your main feed. That's not I absolutely agree with that. But there's two parts. One is the cast and the other is to receive.
Mm.
And you have to put it through a filter. You have to put everything through a filter.
And is that filter the discernment that you're talking about?
Mm-hmm. But you have to ask certain questions in a filter.
Right.
What was the message? Who was giving it?
Mm-hmm.
What's their influence? The government has had CIA operatives in every newsroom for decades.
Yeah.
It's been on national news. They talk about it. It's not a big secret.
That's right. Yep.
The advertisers have huge power.
Yeah.
So you have government, and you have advertisers and the power, and then you've got the ratings that they need.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They need the ratings to, get the commercial money. It's okay. That's a business. I'm for capitalism. I'm not throwing this away. I like to have some news. I mean, to know what's going on, and that's not the point. But we have the ability to start to back up and put the filters to it. What is going to really be my paradigm of where I'm going to live? And it goes back to, fear or, having peace. It goes back to, being upset about, there was this news article just recently on a college student that got a 0 on a paper.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
And because she wrote a conservative piece.
That's right.
And got a 0. And so, everybody's up in arms about that. Well, who's surprised that there's liberal assistant teachers at the college?
Come on. Come on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is it national news?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why is it now she's has gone viral?
Right.
Which I'm glad, that wasn't fair. And we have bigger issues than this young lady getting a 0 on a paper.
Right.
But what it did was cause this stir. That's one of the biggest headline news items in the conservative print right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Headline.
Headline, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Why is that a headline? Okay. Hey, did you see that? No, I need to look that up.
Yeah.
I need to, oh, wow, that upsets me. I'm a Christian, and I'm, that's so unfair, and I'm so angry about that, and, frustrated.
Yeah.
Well, why did you go to a liberal university? Why are you taking a loan out or having your parents pay for a liberal education?
Yeah.
Maybe you should ask yourself some of those questions first. And,
Yeah.
but, so you've got to kind of back up into, what are we really looking at here and reading? Why is that a headline? Well, because it is causing anger.
Yeah.
It's causing this, the young lady was not injured.
Right. Right.
Right. And so I'm glad I read it. It was entertaining, and to hear about the assistant professor uses certain pronouns. And so you got this picture in your mind. They thought that was important to put it in the article.
Right. Because it causes division and separation and continues that narrative of fear and us versus them and difference.
And so I back into it of how much energy am I going to give to it?
Right.
How much of my energy am I going to give to that article, that feeling, as it goes?
Right.
How much am I going to take away in my day of negative energy?
Yeah. Because we can stay in that state so easily, right? And again, it goes back to that discernment of, do I want to be this? Do I want to become this? Is this how I want to react to things?
It's great questions. Yeah. And so it's just so important for us to take control of how we're viewing the world.
Right.
There is powers that be on every level that want to control our thinking on every level, on how we view the U.S., how we view the president, how we view a drug company, how we, view Christianity or Muslim or Buddhist or Catholics or, it's constant. It's a constant drumbeat. And if we're going to live in society, then that drumbeat is there.
That's right.
If you want to go live in the woods and, have that lifestyle, that'd be really, I can do it for maybe 2 days. I'm ready to get back to civilization.
Yep.
But I don't have to participate in that rhythm.
It's a choice.
It is, but it's you've got to get kind of trained into not being pulled in. I've had a lot of discussion with friends, and they will, this latest, the Democrats. The Democrats. The Democrats.
It's laughable, right? Yeah.
All right.
And
about the Democrats.
And what are we going to do about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And okay, well, because they're watching this news channel. They're watching this.
That's right.
And so they succeeded in drawing them in.
Yep.
Into the energy zone.
So how does somebody gain this discernment to see what's going on around them, not being an isolated hermit, right? To still live in society and see these things happening, but not get so pulled in, because I do think that so many people are so pulled in and they don't know how to separate themselves from that in a healthy way. Do you have any advice for people out there listening?
Stop, drop, and roll. When you're on fire.
Stop, drop, and roll. That's great advice.
It's kind of like,
right.
Yeah, you got to back up.
Yeah.
And go, wait a minute. Why am I so angry? why am I angry? Because this young lady got a 0 on her paper. I'm not related to her.
That's right.
It didn't cost me any money.
Yeah.
I don't even know where the university is. I don't even know what state it's in.
Yeah. But you remember the headline and it triggers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I remember that. And you go, so it's a choice of what do you want to put your energy to, what you're going to allow to affect you. And they're experts.
They're experts at it.
Yeah, experts. And they're good at their craft. I have to admire that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a businessman. I have to admire people who are good at their craft.
That's right.
I do.
Yep.
So.
Wow. Very well trained. And it's just something to keep in mind as well that, as you're consuming content, right? And this may not be the news. This may be things on social media that you see. This may be somebody's post. It doesn't mean that you have to accept that energy and harness that energy and keep yourself in that state of anger, fear, angst, whatever it is. And it's something that you can release. Again, we talked about currency the other day. It's a current. You can release it. You can see it. You can release it and out, and you don't have to hold on to something. So spell casting, the power of words, we're talking about things that are spoken to us. We're talking about things that we consume. It's equally as important as well to talk about what we say, how we project, the energy we put out, especially as entrepreneurs. I heard someone here, she said something about bleeding money. And someone else said, no, don't think of it like that. You're investing, right? If you think about the power of words, one has a victim mentality to it. One casts a negative energy. The other casts a very abundant energy. So the power of words and what we say as well is so important. We think about what we say to ourselves. We think about what we say to others. Do you have any thoughts on just being a successful entrepreneur, the power of the words that we say to ourselves?
You have to back up a few steps. And that is, what is your real belief system?
Yes.
Because it's going to come out.
Yes.
It's just going to come out. And if you're in a leadership position, what do you really feel? One of the things I've tried to keep in my mind is the most precious commodity that I know of in my life and your life is time.
Yeah.
It's finite.
Yeah.
Not infinite.
Right.
So time on planet Earth, I meant time on planet Earth. You can kind of go with that any way you want to look at that one. But time on planet Earth is finite.
That's right.
So as I've looked at that, and if you become my employee, if I think that, if that's why that's my belief system, and I believe it for everybody, that means I would believe it for you.
Yeah. Then
whatever we're doing together, you're giving me the most precious thing you possess, is your time.
Yeah.
You are giving it to me for tasks that we both agreed on for a certain amount of money that would be produced.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of money that's transpired is not even close to what the value is.
It's true.
That's just for food and shelter. And so you've got to get a hierarchy in your mind of what you really believe, not only for myself, but for others.
Mm-hmm.
That changes your thinking pattern or your paradigm as we work together.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I do say negative things like, what the are you doing? So
yeah. You're realistic, in other words, right?
So, and people say that to me. So, I mean, that's common.
Right.
So, but on a regular basis, it really goes down to what I view is important.
Yes.
And when you start getting your hierarchy in line, then you have a chance maybe to be more positive as you speak. But back to our first subject, I'm driving to work and listening to the news, or I got up in the morning and read, what am I taking with me? What am I taking with me? What have I,
It's an energy.
Yeah. But is a simple principle. It's absolutely true. And that is, you can only give away what you possess on any level. You can only give away what you possess.
Oh my gosh.
I can't give you money if I don't have it.
That's right.
I can't give you positive energy if I do not have it.
Yes.
I can't pretend that I care about you unless I have it.
That's right. You can't give me fear unless you have it. It's powerful.
Yeah, law of attraction. I can't really, unless I'm really attractive.
Yeah.
In the true sense, people want to be with me. I can't make it up.
That's right. Wow.
I can't.
Yeah.
So that's just a reality of life.
You can't give away abundance unless you have it. Gratitude unless you have it. Confidence unless you have it. Success unless you have it.
Right.
That's so powerful. So powerful. Again, what we hear, what we say, how we express that to others, the energy we give. It's the old saying, thoughts become things. And we really do create our reality.
It's manifesting.
It's manifested.
Yeah, it is. It's a whole nother.
A whole nother podcast. We'll have to do part 3, right?
They all feed into each other.
They do. They
yeah.
do.
I have a positive manifestation or a negative manifestation.
That's right.
So, but I can't give it away if I don't possess it.
That's right. Yeah.
I can try, but it's not going to work.
And what you just said right there, that's a lot of wisdom as well. I have a lot of people say to me, Tara, how do I manifest something? I say, you manifest all day, right? We tend to not think about the negative as a manifested reality, but it's manifested. And it starts with that thought. Thoughts become beliefs. Beliefs become habits. Habits become actions. And all of that becomes outcomes, right, that we manifest. But it can be negative or positive, either way. So it's very powerful. So either way, we're manifesting all day long. Don't you agree?
We're, in my belief system, we're created beings.
Yes.
In that, we're created in a way after the creator.
Yes.
And the creator is a creator builder.
Yep.
That's the DNA in us.
Yeah.
That we possess. That's why people that work for the post office, I'm sorry guys, if you work for the post office, get real frustrated because you're punished for creating things. Just do this or you're fired.
Yes.
And the term, I don't know if they use it anymore, going postal. That was a while back.
Oh, yeah.
But, right. Unless we are, and this goes back to the entrepreneurial thing, there's different, and if you listen to the one before, I want to make a statement on that. There's a lot of different levels you can be entrepreneurial. Okay.
Yeah.
So that even though you're working for somebody, there's a lot of other places you could be entrepreneurial. You can be in the school sports things and how you put together a fundraiser. Mm-hmm. You can do it at church as you put some youth program together. You can do it on a mission trip on how you do something. I mean, there's so many places you can be entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
So it's not just for the people that are going to, put everything on the line in business.
Right. Because not everybody's made for that.
That's not made for that. That's kind of the extreme one that we have no choice. It's either kill us or let us take a lot of risk. That's the weirdos out here that people can't understand.
Not to call you names.
Yeah, I didn't name. I'm calling myself a name, but I'm going, what's wrong with him? I know, I agree. Give me some counseling. So it's that, we were kind of talking about extreme entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
All of us are creative beings.
Yes.
And so go find your creative outlet. And it doesn't have to be always in business, creating some dynamic whatever, or, it can be any level.
Any level.
Of being creative. That's entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
And enjoy the creative process. If you can't do it at work, find another outlet.
Yes.
Where you can go ahead and add and plus it out somehow.
I love that. There's a principle called affinity of form. And what I love about that is, if we think about our creator, it's a creative process. And when we become creative ourselves, when we start something that we say we're going to, when we develop something, when we engineer something, we become like the creator. And again, we can create our own realities. And it's a beautiful relationship that just continues to grow. And when you create a business, you can create jobs, you can create a product, you can create income, you can create abundance. And it just continues to feed itself, and you become like the creator. It's such a beautiful thing.
Well, as entrepreneurial creators, we should be the biggest cheerleaders.
Yes.
For other
yes.
parts, our spouse, how to encourage them to really get out, because they got to take risks to do it.
Yes.
And one of the things that holds people back is they don't want to be criticized. They don't want the negative. Oh, I don't do that. Somebody be critical. I don't want to. I would, but Sally, last time I tried something, she was so negative about it. Whatever. Creativity is, you have to take risk.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
And not everyone is going to work out.
Not everyone's going to work out.
And so, but that has to do with positive energy, back to the thing. And one of the big things about broadcasting, it's negative energy to stay in your box. Don't get out of your box.
Yeah.
And the broadcasting and spellcasting is always negative. It's not positive. And it's a control thing. So don't get out of your paradigm. Don't get out of your box. And the problem with that is that the real life is not lived in the box.
That's right.
The real joy, the passion, energy, all that is not lived here. It's not.
Right.
You have existing, then you have life. So there's choices. Every single person, not just entrepreneurs, but everybody at some level is an entrepreneur. We're all creators.
That's right.
What does that look like? What's holding me back? Oh, I remember in the 8th grade, well, you're 47 years old. I'm sorry.
That's right.
How much are you going to drag forward?
That's right.
I remember these girls in school, but
And
What's that got to do with what we're talking about?
Right.
You don't understand. Yeah, you're right. I don't understand.
That's right.
What are you going to drag forward?
That's right. Oh my gosh. I always say, until your fear of staying the same outweighs your fear of failure, rejection, ridicule, criticism, whatever, it's going to be hard for you to start that business. It's going to be hard for you to go to that next level of success and creativity. You have to be afraid of staying the same. That's the fear. For me, it's not failure. I could care less if I fail. That's just learning. I don't want to be the same place tomorrow, next year, I am right now. I want to be continuously growing. That's the lesson, right?
That's the choice.
It's the choice. It's the choice. Wow.
That's the choice.
Yeah.
Because you've got to continue to take a look at the real what gives me joy.
Yeah.
What gives me, and the intensity that I love living it, and so on. And on another subject we could go on is the numbing down. It starts as soon as they put you in school.
Yeah.
As a young boy, obviously I didn't fit. Sitting at a desk for how many hours a day?
I'm trying to picture it right now. Young Steve in the desk.
Now, I did have a great looking kindergarten teacher. Now, that was my best year. She was a 24-year-old hot blonde. So that was a good year.
That was a good
year. It was downhill from there.
Yeah.
So that was a good year. So, but she didn't wait for me either. I wanted her to wait for me. She was my love.
Yeah.
But it's a very purposeful numbing down, guys. I hate to tell you that
it is.
And that the drugs. Oh, let's help Steve by giving him some drugs to numb him out some more.
Yeah.
So he can sit at the desk. Yeah. And I'm going, no, maybe some of the ADA drugs help some kids. I don't know. I'm not a pharmacist or a doctor on that, but I'm like, how the numbing starts down early.
It does.
Yeah, I got a epiphany on that one time. What school was like for me. You want to hear it?
I'd love to hear it.
At 4 years old, I was put into a commode. My parents put me in it, called school. Flushed the toilet, and all of a sudden, I'm in a 12-year-long PVC tube I can't get out of.
Wow.
And all these girls and young men that were fitting it, they were just going, oh, this is good. I fit perfectly. And then there was me. Until finally, I blow out and I'm on this green field. And finally it was over. And I was like, wow, this is great. I've got a car, I got a license. I can get jobs, I can adventure. And all the kids that graduated with me are same thing. But then there's these, at the edge of the field are all these other commodes. And they're 4 years long. And they're running to them and paying money to get in them.
Going into debt to get on them.
And going to debt.
Yeah.
And I'm going, stop. It's a trick. You don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Stop.
Wow.
Because we have so much we could do. And so that's the view of my life in the educational system.
Yeah. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing in order to be successful. You're proof of that. Steve, what an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for coming back on this show again. Everybody, take notes. This may be one of those episodes you watch one more time, because I think so much of our lives we spent chasing other people. We see what success looks like for somebody else, and we do it without questioning ourselves what we actually want, what we believe in. Take this opportunity to just have a little mirror, a reflection about what you want out of life. You don't have to do what society tells you to. You don't have to do what your friends or your family are telling you to. You have to look within and listen with intention and figure that out on your own path and journey. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Grasp Confidence Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and leave a review so that more people can find the value of tuning in and change their lives as well. We will see you in the next episode.
Thank you.
Take care.